Job Duck. Is that company legit? Hi guys, my name is Len and welcome to my channel. If you're visiting or passing by, do not forget to subscribe if you're regular. Welcome back. So guys, today we're talking about Job Duck. I want to say my 2 cents because I've been getting a lot of messages, people asking me like, hey Len, you told us to apply at Job Duck, what's going on? We're not even getting interviews. What's the tea? JobDuck is a legit company. I was employed by them, I think in 2021. I worked for them for like 6 months and I left because I got something new. That was it. That's the tea. Like there was nothing crazy about it. And do you know that the inventor that I have in my house 2 years later, because it was expensive, I actually got it for free from JobDuck. They sent it to me from JobDuck. But now I'm not sure if they still give or send UPSs or inventors. At the time I was there, they used to, right? So now let us talk about the company and everything that I know, right? Then you can make your informed decision and all of that. So first things first, JobDuck is recruitment agency, sort of their labor broker in it. That's the word. They're a labor broker. So they place you with law firms that are in the US. A lot of people, I feel like law is a very big deal in America. Like so many boutique law firms that have got like one lawyer, one attorney, two attorneys working there, and they make a lot of money. People are always suing each other in America. People are always divorcing. The lady that I was working for was a divorce lawyer, family lawyer, and I promise you, like every day would get like 20 calls from customers, clients wanting an attorney, and would charge them like a retainer fee of like $5,000, and they would end up paying like $20,000 to be divorced. And she was like a small law firm. It was just her and one other person, and like two, like it were like the six of us, right? And she was making bank, and she was obviously paying us peanuts. Hence, they hire offshore. So that's job duck, right? So you're mostly going to be placed with a law firm. It depends. Mostly they look for salespeople. When they say sales, you're not like cold calling. People will normally call in asking for to speak to an attorney. So you need to find out if the attorney can actually help them. Attorney does not have time to be vetting everybody. So obviously you've got like a script thing, they call it sales, really, where you ask the customer and you kind of need to close them for them to be able to want to retain us for the legal services, right? But it's easy, really, right? So that's the one job. Then you need to follow up, calling the customer, making sure that they've paid and everything. The other role that they usually have would be your billing are people that make sure that, remember I told you that customers on retainer or it's a once-off, whatever. But what happens is with a legal issue, the lawyer cannot know how much it's going to cost you to get divorced, for example, right? Your partner, there could be a back and forth. You guys could start fighting over their house. You guys could start fighting over custody. You guys could start fighting over the baby, the pets, whatever it is. So each time you go to court, there's a fee attached. Each time the attorney sends you an email, mail, whatever it is, all that is billed. That if you go to court, there's a amount for that. Like it's a whole thing, right? So billing, you're in charge of that, and then you send out the bills. The customer will be like, it's like a payout. They'll know like, hey, on the 25th we sent them an email. On the 22nd we did this. On the whatever we went to court, whatever. So all that needs to be. Obviously, you use like a CRM, but the information needs to be checked that it's accurate, needs to be sent out to the customer, and the customer needs to pay. You also need to follow up on those payments, right? Just it's not even a big deal. You just give them a call, remind them. Most of them just then pay up because they want the legal case to move forward, so they do pay. So it's not even a big deal. And also they do hire paralegals. With the paralegals, I realized that they don't necessarily look for people with law degrees, but these days, I do see that they are advertising saying someone with a legal background. But when I work there, they would just hire anyone that does office admin. Basically, what they would call like paralegals, what you'll be doing is you're making sure that all the information that is required in the court packets, documents, it's already on the system. So all the attorney needs to do is just like pull information the day they go to court. So what I used to realize, it's so like the attorney would obsess over your case the whole time, because remember, we've got, like I'm telling you, we've got 10 people calling in a day, right? Never mind the people emailing. Old cases could drag. People get divorced like over a 2-year period. So the day that the attorney has to go to court, all she has to do is like go on your profile, see what's there. So it's your job as the paralegal to make sure that information is there. We'd hire investigators to do all of these things and whatever. Like, let's say you say, "Oh, I only earn $10 an hour." We need proof, and your partner is saying, "No, this guy earns $18 an hour." So get an investigator to investigate and see whatever. So all that information needs to be in your file. So that's the job of the paralegal, right? So yeah, guys, that's that, signing retainers and all of that, blah blah blah. So that's what the personal assistant admin work for Job Dag used to do, right? So they'd have people from like every background, right? Like if you got an accounting qualification, you could get the billing role. If you've done sales and marketing, admin, business type, you could get like the sales stroke admin one. If you've done admin, I guess also you do the paralegal one, legal. I was hired as a virtual assistant, but mostly I was doing, I was a multi-talented guy. So I was doing like a whole lot of stuff, which also, to be honest, kind of led me to being a bit bent out, because at some point I was not doing their marketing. And I say marketing, I mean I was manning their website, I was liaising with the marketing company, making sure social media is like tight. I was making sure that customers were making sure that deals are being signed, like the retainers with the customer. So I now had a lot of things, like in 6 months, like I'd been around departments. And it's also a great place for you if you get into a law firm that's small. You can actually go around doing a whole lot of stuff, learning things and all of that. Now, so that's the jobs at Job Duck. Now let's talk about their hiring, right? With their hiring, Job Duck, when I did, it was like, I don't want to say it was walking the park, because I know some people that didn't get their jobs at that time, but you'd get interviewed. I was interviewed by a lady called Palisa. She was based in South Africa. She's the one that interviewed me. And the interview was not even hectic, right? She was trying to get a vibe of me, to hear if my English was fluent. And she also asked me like those trivial questions such as, hey, if you're stuck on the in a desert, what would you want to bring and everything, stuff like that. Easy stuff. But again, we also spoke about what I can bring to the table and everything, right? Once I passed that, then they did the checks to see, my internet, my laptop and all of that. Then now guys, to be honest, I can't really remember. I'm trying to think. But yeah, it was a pretty straightforward interview. Then the next thing that I had to do was to do Dark University. Dark University, a lot of people did fail there. The trick that I can tell you if you do make it to Dark University is you need to participate, you get those questions and whatever. Afterwards, you discuss. So during the discussion, make sure you participate during the discussion of Dark University. If you can be the first, raise up your hand, whatever. If you are like Lux Chill, they won't pick you, right? Dark University. After Dark University, then it took me like a week. I was already placed with the client. With the client, it was so easy, guys. I just spoke to this lady for like 5 minutes. Like, she just wanted to hear my vibe, really. She just asked me like, oh, Len, whatever. It was like talking to a friend who's asking me like, hey, are you coming for lunch? That's what this lady did. She just wanted to know if I can speak English, if I'm confident. Because remember, Job Duck sends them a packet of my CV, that video that you do introducing yourself. They send that to the client already. So the client has already gone through the video, your testimonial, whatever, your marks at Dark University. And also Job Duck writes like a paragraph about your summary about what you are good at. So the client, customer, where you're going to be placed, it already knows everything they need to know about you. So she interviewed me while she was driving. I think she was on her way to court. She interviewed me for like 5 minutes, and then like an hour later, the recruiter from Job Duck told me like, hey, when can you start? And I'm like, on Monday. She's like, great. On Monday I started. So that was my journey at Job Duck. Now, to finish off, you guys, I know that right now they've got loads of jobs that they are posting. I'll tell you what, people are being offered. People have been coming onto my TikTok DMs mostly and sending me messages saying, Len, I've been offered a Job Duck, whatever. So Job Duck is hiring. However, they do have a lot of jobs that they just have open on. I do think that also the HR department could also be building their database. A lot of companies do that, where they've got jobs that they keep running just to always see what's out there in the market, just to keep their reserves in, because people do quit. It's a freelance job, doesn't really pay much. Right now they're paying like 22,000 rands, which is a lot, I guess. When I worked there, I earned $900. I was working from 4 or 330 turned 11, $800. I don't know, but now it's even better, right? 22,000 rands. For me, that time it would be like 14,000 rands. I'm not sure. The rate, guys. But yeah, that's the thing about JobDuck. Do apply. You never know. You could get lucky. And then they pick you, right? But also, don't put like your heart and soul into like checking up on them every day. If they get back to you, they do get back to you. If they don't, keep on applying. Don't get caught up in the whole thing that, hey, I sent my CV to JobDuck and like 2 weeks you don't send any CV anywhere else. Market is tough. A lot of people now know about JobDuck. When I applied, people did not know about JobDuck. I actually heard about it from someone who was working there, and she told somebody who was a friend, and that person told me, right? So I heard it from word of mouth, but now everyone knows about it. Remember, this was like 2 years ago. But anyway, guys, JobDuck is legit. I've given you all the information I know about it. Other than that, remember, you are amazing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Check my description box for jobs, info, anything that you might need. Good luck.